Welcome to Patriot Hub. It's time for a sit down.
I'm tired trying to please the world that spins around me. This time I'm doing it for me and me alone. I don't need anyone, don't think I ever did. Not trying to be selfish, just doing what I know. I'm a madness.
Hey everybody, welcome to Patriot Hub. So we've noticed recently in a certain light, I guess, that there's two kinds of patriots that end up in the media. Patriots that do the right thing and patriots that do the wrong thing. And we're going to talk about that today. So what I wanted to start off with is patriots that do the wrong thing, okay? You see these dudes, they show up at every protest, right? And they have good intentions. They have absolutely great intentions, but they go about it the absolutely wrong way. All right, you got these guys that show up at protests, right? They're not on the right and they're not on the left, and they're all staggered in between these two groups of protesters, and they all have long guns. Okay, now how could that be a problem? All right, first of all, when he and I, when we look at a rifle or like an AR pistol or something like that, we understand what we're looking at. But there's people that don't. The little old lady crossing the street does not understand why you have an AK-47 and you're dressed in military fatigues and you've got body armor on and all kind of stuff like that. They don't understand what you're saying when you're talking on your radio and things like that. And you're scaring the crap out of them.
And I'll jump into this. So, obviously, people are afraid of what they don't understand. So, like he said, we and a lot of other people out there that carry or they have, a collection, if you will, of their own. They understand, seeing a rifle of many kinds. It could be a hunting rifle, it could be something they use for sport, or just about anything. And we all know what we're looking at, but whenever you go and take a rifle into the public, whether it's legal or not, you're scaring people. Why? Because they don't know what that is. They see that and they're used to seeing it in the news as something that's scary. Like that's their first interaction with a rifle. They probably never shot one before. They probably didn't have their grandfather or dad never had a rifle. They never introduced it to them. They've never seen it sit in the corner. And the first time they see it or hear about one is on the news from, something, it being used in a negative way. So,
I don't mean to step on you here, but what they don't understand are your intentions, okay? They see these things, and most of them have only seen it in movies. They see it as a weapon of war, and that's how the left portrays a simple rifle. Right? And that's the unfortunate fact of life, and there's always going to be people that are afraid of this. They're going to be afraid of your AR, okay? And that's okay. But what is not okay is, now, you can take it for what you will, but speaking from experience, open carry is not a good thing. I do not condone, all right, say you're at a sporting goods store, or you're at the range, or you're out hunting, or whatever. Yes, go ahead and open carry. That's okay. It's okay to have this exposed. But when you're walking into a restaurant or something like that, I understand that it is your constitutional right, and that's okay. It's okay to exercise your constitutional right. I do it every day. And what I believe is not okay is when you're scaring people that don't understand it. And I understand that you guys are trying to be ambassadors to the Second Amendment, and that is wonderful, but there's a time and a place for that. And when you're walking down the street in front of the courthouse, that's not a good thing. You're also scaring the crap out of law enforcement, because law enforcement never knows your intentions. They don't know you. Unless you're in a small town and you know the cops and everything, and they understand that you're a good person, then they don't know. That's why you guys are always getting heckled by law enforcement. I look at YouTube and I see all these videos of these cop blockers that go on there and they open carry and they're like, I don't need to show you my ID. I haven't committed a crime and stuff like that, and I'm allowed to carry this in public. Yes, you're allowed to carry that in public. But it doesn't mean it's okay to be, for lack of a better term, an asshole to law enforcement. Okay? They're there to protect the public, and that is what they are doing by stopping you, asking you for your ID, running your information. Okay? And how do they know? Tell me, how does law enforcement know that you haven't committed a felony and you are not allowed to have that firearm?
So, guys, this isn't exactly the 18th century anymore. Nobody, you don't see people walking down the street daily, with a revolver on their hip and a 30-30 in their lap, just walking around town with it. A lot of people see these things and they're not familiar with it. They don't understand it. They don't, they just see it in a negative manner. So, although we both can see, like, where walking around with it, with your rifle, open carrying, yes, it's legal, but you're not helping the situation at all. And the issue we have is that we're being seen in a negative way, because you get on the media and then you have a group on the left saying that they're scared of guns and they're violent, they're used in negative manners all the time. We should just get rid of them. And then we got the guys on the right that are like, oh yeah, come and take them, which we totally understand that, but that's not how this is going to get resolved at all.
Exactly. And the thing with Patriots in the media is that every time you see a militia or something like that on like CNN or Fox News or something like that, they blow it up. They absolutely blow it up. They're like, oh my God, these dudes that are dressed up like the military are walking around in public and they're scaring people. And that's not the image that we want to portray. Now, getting on to the topic of patriots that have good media relations, there are patriots that go to these rallies. They are there to help people. You see them carrying aid bags and water and stuff like that. Yes, every single one of them is carrying. And they can use their weapon to stop a deadly threat. There is no situation, absolutely no situation, that could arise from a protest unless somebody started sniping from a building that you would need a long gun. Granted, that has happened before, but the odds of that actually happening are slim to none. Nobody on the left is going to understand. Basically what I'm trying to say is nobody on the left, or mostly nobody on the left, is going to pick up a rifle like yours and start to use it. And if they do, then good luck to them. But getting back on the topic of patriots that have good media relations, there's a group out of Pennsylvania. That's where I'm from, natively, Pennsylvania. And they have fantastic media relations. I'm sure you could look it up. Their name's pretty simple, but I'm not going to name drop here. They have fantastic media relations. They've been on the news, and the news company that portrayed them was actually out of New York. And you look at New York as having a negative bias towards guns like that and stuff. This news article was completely unbiased, in my opinion. Absolutely unbiased. And it made them look professional. Every time these guys have shown up in the media or in the public, they have done nothing but look professional. And I can applaud that. And these dudes, they don't brandish long guns in public. You know where they keep them? They keep them in their vehicles. And they have their handguns on them. A handgun, this right here, and an extra magazine is enough to get you from where you are to your long gun if you need it. There is absolutely no need to walk around with it. If you want to wear body armor, wear it under your shirt. Get a level 3A vest and wear it under your shirt. That's enough protection. Well, necessarily, I don't want to say that's enough protection because, it's not going to stop a rifle round or something like that. But I don't want to say it's enough. For me, it is enough. Okay? I don't own a level 3A vest. I don't even own body armor. I wear a chest rig when I'm training, I don't like body armor. It's too bulky, and if I get shot, I'm obviously not doing my job right. So that's how I feel about things.
Yeah, so the importance is to, you know, keep your intentions in mind. Like, think about the other side, basically. Like, you got to understand, you know, like, put your intentions. I understand you go out with your intentions, but, you know, have the other side's perspective as well before you act on it.
And that's the whole point of being a constitutional patriot. Constitutional rights apply to everybody. Every single person in this country. That's what they apply to. They apply to Joe Schmo down the street. They apply to the asshole up on the pedestal. And they just apply to the common man as much as they apply to the higher echelon of society. Okay? Everybody is entitled to their constitutional rights. Constitutional rights are not given to you by the Constitution. They are given to you by God. And whether you believe in God or not, that's the basis of what this country is founded on. Freedom of speech and freedom of religion. And freedom to carry whatever the fuck you want when you want. Just don't be an asshole about it.
Well, guys, we're going to wrap it up here at Patriot Hub. The whole point of this page, we're also on Instagram. Make sure you check us out.
The link will be in the description. Don't forget about that.
The whole point of this is to inform and network. Now, the purpose of this video was to network. We shared our ideas, we shared our views. Whether you agree with us or not, please let us know.